happening there, yo? Welcome back. First round of playoffs. I am sitting here by myself, if you haven't noticed. Garrett ditched me this week, if you don't know that joke. Ask him about it. Um, we are sitting here with the top 8 seeds left. I fucking limped into this shit. I played Jerry. I did what I said I would do. I told him to start a lineup because I'm not gonna get into the playoffs on some BS. So he started his lineup, and good God, did I have to bite my nails through that whole thing? Getting in the playoffs, scoring 83 points isn't something I want to brag about, but I'm happy to be here with y'all. I'm happy that I can talk about my team later on in the segment. Still having a chance for maybe another 2 days before Wade probably kicks my ass. But yeah, it's been a week. We had our Polywogs party yesterday. Didn't even know if we were going to do a podcast today. Me and Vanessa went to see the Violent Night movie earlier. It was basically Die Hard with Santa Claus as John McClane. And it's pretty awesome. So y'all should check it out. And I'm hoping you stick around because our mid-segment, we're actually going to be talking a lot about Christmas movies. Now, like I said, I'm here by myself right now, but I got a little surprise for y'all here in a little bit. So hang tough with me, okay? Looking at last week's games, there wasn't much to talk about. The story was that we went over this many times. Me and Tank, if we win, we're in. If we lose, then we needed Gordo and Garrett to lose. Well, Garrett lost. Honestly, let's start off with that. We made enough jokes last week about how his mom needed a tune-up game, and and if he told her he was going to do his chores this week, maybe she would give him a chance. That shit didn't happen. Garrett, you didn't make your bed once this week because you fucking got blown out, bro. 112.2 to 41.5. 41.5. I can try to look it up right now and see the lowest score of the season. I don't have to. It's right in front of my face. 41 points on your last stand game. I'm sure he's going to use that as motivation next year. Come back, fighting strong. I get it. The fact that you're even in the conversation at the end of the year, how badly you started, I respect that. I respect you. And also, everybody give Garrett props. He's not here tonight because he has to wake up early for work tomorrow. Also respect that. Mac and Cheese is getting their shit together in real life. Next year, you need to get your shit together in fantasy because this year was not it. Okay. Having said that, Michelle, congratulations. First year in the league, making the playoffs. Very cool. It's not a hard method when you steal my dad's method from last year and just take Patrick Mahomes first round. He's really good at football. Everybody knows that. And he did what he does. And so did Derrick Henry. And the Patriots defense as well. So you had 3 players, double Garrett scored. And, every team has, 9 or 10 players. So I was hoping for some magic in that game, and I got what I wanted. Garrett got blown out, and it was cool. So, just kidding, Garrett. So I have to take a couple shots. You're not here to defend yourself. I only get this every so often. Another game that really didn't matter. JC and Troika. JC started his lineup. He had a few people out on buys. He kind of did the best of what he could do. Troika saved his best game of the season for the time that it didn't matter, but he did crazy good. 148 to 76. This game was over by 5 o'clock on Sunday. So, but Troika just had his best game heading in the playoffs. He's facing Michelle first round. I love it. Couldn't have scheduled better myself if I did. That's amazing. A lot of drama coming up. Can't wait to hear their takes next week on whatever happens. I'm sure it's going to be a fun household to be in the next few days. Hitman did his best. He went on this little thing where he didn't have a lineup set because he wanted to keep me on my toes because we were worried about Gordo winning and making the playoffs. Gordo did win, but it didn't matter. The Hitman's last stand was a little bit better than Garrett's, and Gordo didn't have the best game, but he did enough. fell a little bit short. Missing the playoffs to 7-7 is kind of rough. I feel bad for Gordo a little bit, but he's always fun in the commentary and the Hitmen. They said last week on the podcast, like they'll be back next year, so I'm sure we'll get a lot of like smack talk next year on all this stuff. But to go out, you're gonna lose anyway. You're not making the playoffs. To go out and your total score was 69.9. Like, what else can you want, Hitman? Tank and Mark. This was our game of the week. Tank flying hot, under pressure. He's got shit in his stick all season. Just beats the brakes off Mark. 119.2 to 62.3. Jerick McKinnon, the backup running back for Kansas City, got almost 30 points. Mark's team did what Mark's team does, and then just like when your kicker has the second most points, you're not super excited. I think Mark's team is going to be fine. It's going to be a really tough matchup with Jensen in the playoffs. We'll get to that later. Tank's team, though, I'm loving what I'm seeing right now. With Lamar out, it's going to be tough, but honestly, like having Dak as your backup might even be better off because Lamar's been kind of struggling lately. So Tank with an exclamation point. I deserve to be in the playoffs win. Congratulations, bro. Next up, we got Wade, who I unfortunately have to play this week, and Shoei. Shoei, what a waste of Justin Jefferson because he's such a fucking stud. And you look on the other side, and you see Jalen Hurts, who Shoei traded earlier in the season for two guys that he has never played since. Shoei lost this game by 23 points. Jalen Hurts had 29.7. So I think if Shoei would have kept on, I think what lesson learned for next year is that Shoei's actually pretty damn good at drafting, even under pressure, because I think he did it while he was cooking at Wogs. Stick. If you decide to come back, stick with him, man. Like, you have a chance. Don't let people like Wade that have been doing this shit a long time bully you into making bad decisions. Wade, I know you complain about me never giving you props on your team, so I'm not gonna start doing it this week, bro. I'm gonna talk as much as possible because I'm playing you this week. I'm taking your ass down. All right. Having said that, going into my game, high risk, high rewards versus Jerry, I scored 83 points, so you better be scared. All right, I'm coming for it. No, but I do have McCaffrey, who I'm hoping is gonna lead me to the promised land. So let's talk about the real game of the week. Ended up being this actually was for the $100 because if Greg loses this game, then Wade gets the 100. Greg squeaked it out by Jensen, 109.3 to 107.8. So a point and a half is what Greg beat Jensen by. Jensen, I think your team's fine. I think Greg's team's fine. A lot of talk about going to the playoffs, though. The witching magic. How much do you believe in the witch? I mean, Halloween time, it was prime time. It was just getting like funneled up, fueled up, and like charged up. And we're getting close to Christmas time, though, man. I feel like there's got to be some kind of Santa magic that just kind of 86 this whole witching season at some point, right? I think Tank's gonna be Santa in this situation. I think. Jensen, Josh Allen has been your hero all year. He hasn't been that crazy good lately, and you kind of need him to. And Debo just got hurt last week. He'll be back in 3 weeks, but that doesn't help you. You take Debo out, you take Chubb. I think you might have tough luck against Mark this week, man. And I'm sorry, I know your back's hurting and stuff. I don't want to be the bearer of back news, but pretty sorry. I'll try to make my jokes better in the second part. But yeah, man, that's pretty rough. It's pretty rough for everybody that missed playoffs. I apologize. If it was up to Greg, we'd all make the playoffs. We'd all win the championship. We'd all get our money back. But you know what? That's not how we run this fantasy football league, all right? And even though the other squared of G isn't here, I'm still here to tell you it was a great season, guys. Had a blast doing it with y'all. And last week, after we do everything else, I'll do some awards. I got some good Kroger frozen pizza. I'm gonna let you know how it is. We'll let college game day taste test segment. That's not bad, babe.
Are you still on camera?
Yeah.
Oh.
We're doing our eats around the globe segment with Kroger frozen pizza. But
Hey, I added some cheddar cheese on there too.
as cheddar cheese, I was keep. But yeah, guys, I got 2 more segments I'm pretty excited about. So stay tuned and yeah, thanks.